Hi, Anaisa. It's Ashley here. I hope you're having a great weekend. So I also chose option number one, defining the client lifestyle. And I think our answers were pretty similar. Number one was why would Dr. Carlson tie Gina's motivations back to her parents? You talked a lot about how social interest is developed from our family. And how he's asking her a lot about herself, and he's getting information and early recollections, and that knowing the family dynamic will help him understand her patterns and her lifestyle. I also talked in my video a little bit about how that lifestyle is kind of determined or developed by the age 5. And he says that, parental relationships are, Adler says, the parental relationships are the model for all of our relationships, not just necessarily romantic ones. And the way that we see our parents, I think he does this because the way that we see our parents relationships influence the way our partnerships and our relationships are. And I don't remember if it was video 1 or video 2, but as you said, yeah, she was talking a lot about her relationships with her kids and wanting to be there and to be supportive for them, but also not allowing them time, space to make their own decisions and grow, and giving them that independence too. So I think he did that, just to kind of gain an understanding of what it was like for her, because that influence on what our parental relationships are like, and what that is like for us, is really important to know, to see what we're like, as grown or adults. Number two is, what basic life tasks does Gina describe in this footage? Yeah, I had the same things, with teaching, and teaching was really important to Gina, and she really loved it, and that's a huge part of the social interest for her. And then with in her work, it's social interest and work, and being a mother was really important to her. She wanted to be there, wanting to help them make decisions, as I said before. And then the last one, which I found to be kind of like the most um, one that she talked about a lot too in both the videos, was the one about and her relationship with the divorce, and trying to navigate how to ending that and coming to peace with that, but then also in the future of what that could look like for her if she wanted a relationship. I know that there were points where she was talking about she didn't want a relationship at all, and then it was like, well, maybe she wanted one, but then she did want a committed relationship. So I found that to be pretty insightful, as she seemed a bit unsure and uncomfortable with it. But that could also, I don't know. But yeah, I saw those same things also. And the last question was, what interventions on the part of the therapist did you see suggest to you that this is an Adlerian theory, an Adlerian therapist? The intake questions with the motivations, and describing herself and her views of herself. Yeah, he did a lot of that. He's trying to get to know her. He's trying to build that relationship with her. I think he does a lot of affirming with her. Like she's talking about being the whole selfishness part, and he's like, yeah, he described it as almost being selfish to a fault, and she opened up a little bit more when he said that, when she's like, yeah, I've had to be, like, I've taken care of myself. Nobody is taking care of it for me. And when she was talking about herself and she was being pretty vague, he started digging a little bit deeper to get to know her a little bit more, and how, because you're right, she was talking about how she's positive, outgoing, and determined. And okay, but how does that translate? Like, what does that mean to her? He's trying to dig in to get to know her and build that relationship a little bit more. Um, and then in the second video, he was doing the early recollections, the insights, and he was kind of interpreting it and giving her space to choose whether or not she accepted those interpretations. And from there on, he was giving her the suggestions, like with the goal setting, and he was using, I think, a lot of the techniques that I was looking over. He was using the creative imaging, where he was asking her with that specific goal, especially around the love and that life task, to create an image of what this could look like if you were to what did I write down? What it would look, picture yourself working on your selfishness within that relationship, and how it could bring closure, or how it could affect the relationship. So I think he used that, some of those techniques. But overall, great video. I enjoyed watching it, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.